Just a few days ago, this room was much hotter inside than outside, but it's changed now, and let me show you why. This is week 4 of the house renovations, and I'm excited to show you what I've completed. I painted the upstairs, replaced the shoji and the light fittings. I even got a coat of paint on the roof, and I'm starting to move downstairs. There's still a lot of work ahead, and this summer is proving to be incredibly hot. In this video, I'll update you with what's changed in just the last few weeks and talk about how hot it is and the changes that I'm making to the house to try to tackle those things. And if you want to be part of this design process, stick around to the end because I'll be asking for your ideas. Let's go inside and see what it looks like. Happy travels! Tadaima! Welcome home. This is week 4, and I've started the inside of the house. On the previous update on week 2, I was working on the outside of the house and I finished painting the outside. If you haven't seen that, check that out here. And we're going to get on with this video on the interior. We're going to start the video by looking upstairs to see what I finished up there, and then come down to the second floor and see some of the things that I've started and some of the decisions that you can help me with. I've just switched over to my indoor shoes, my work shoes. This is what builders do in Japan. They will wear other shoes, work shoes that you can walk around the house in. My dedicated work shoes for walking around inside. Let's go up. All right, let's move upstairs, which is yet to be finished. Check out the bedrooms. And now, this is what it's looking like. How great does this space look? In here, I've painted all of the walls, and I chose a lighter color to make it feel airy, spacious, and I think it's a great way to start the day, to just feel like you're in a light space. How amazing does this space look? I painted directly over the wallpaper, and you can still see the texture in the paper. So it's nice that there's a texture finish on the wallpaper. For the walls, I used a vinyl paint, so I can go straight over the wallpaper. I don't need to put any primer or any sealer over the top of that. You can just paint directly over it, and it sticks great. So I scraped back these frames. It took me a day or two to scrape everything back to really get the old varnish off of the window frame and to be able to now really see the color. And I've put an acrylic-based paint over this. It's a urethane paint, and it really helps with UV protection as opposed to using an oil-based, which will yellow. This will last longer in the sun. I'll open that up here so you can see how beautiful that wood is there. The grains in this wood just looks incredible. Super happy with how this came up, the finish on this one. I varnished in the tracks, and if I want to make this less sticky so it actually slides okay right now with the shoji. So it's actually not bad, but if I want to improve that, I can put some plastic tape inside. It's a normal thing you'll find in Japan, but for now, this is good. Speaking of shoji, how good does the paper look? This took me a few days to really take all of the paper, the old paper, off of the screens, and you have to scrape that back, wet it down, really scrape it off before putting on the new paper. It's one of those things that actually takes a lot of effort, but at the end of it, if you do it right, it can look amazing. It feels so Japanese in here now. A quick tip if you're planning to replace the shoji paper yourself, have a couple of tools with you. Have a scraper blade to scrape off the excess paper. Use water and a sponge to really dampen it and get it off easily because it is glued on. So you can scrape that right off. Finally, have some fine sandpaper so you can sand back anything that isn't coming off, but you can also tighten up these edges and bring the color back to the wood. Okay, it is the middle of summer and it is hot. And if you haven't noticed it yet, and I'm sure you have because I can feel it, I am dripping in sweat. My t-shirt is super wet. I am so hot. It's roughly 33 degrees Celsius or 90 Fahrenheit, which is why I decided to go with this next feature of the room. I got this light fitting with a fan from Amazon. While it's small, it's actually really powerful and it works really well. Let's switch it on, give it a test run. First, let's open up these windows, get some cross ventilation happening. Beautiful views as always. I've opened up this one. Let's open up this one as well. Let's get this really feeling good. This nice little switch on the light. Put on the fan. And off she goes. Oh yeah. This thing is great. Surprisingly, these fans are not that popular in Japan, but it makes a huge difference. And this one goes forwards and it goes in reverse, which makes it good for winter too. It will take that hot air that is on the ceiling and spread that around the room. So this room is more or less complete. There'll be a few touch-ups here and there, but it's pretty much done. Let's take a look at the other room, the next room beside it. Back out this way, down the short hallway, and there we go. Oh yeah. This room is a copy and paste of what I did in that room. The walls, the windows, the shoji, the fan, the cover plates, everything that I changed in there, I've changed in here too. This is the more spacious, bigger room, and I really like how much this lighter color has made this feel spacious, relaxing. It's a soothing spot as a bedroom. I think this room turned out amazing. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. It's so hot right now, but actually the temperature in this room is roughly the same as outside. However, just a few days ago, this room was much hotter inside than outside, but it's changed now, and let me show you why. Let's head outside. Outside, the roof has been primed. And just like my other house, I'll be doing the roof in a lighter color as well. It's so hot right now, I've had to come and sit in my car with the aircon on. The camera's not turning on. When I went up on the roof to do the filming, the camera stopped working, the phone turned off, so I'm back in the car, in the aircon, trying to cool down the phone so I can keep doing the video. Let's wait a little bit, head up on the roof. It's hot. Okay, let's try this again and make it quick. The roof is now white. It's in a primer. It's not the final coat. It will be a light color, but it won't be this color. I worked in the heat in the house for about 2 weeks before doing this roof. It was about 10 degrees Celsius more in the house. It was unbearably hot. And since painting the roof, it's neutralized that temperature. And now the inside temperature on the top floor is the same temperature as outside. So just painting the roof white in this primer has completely changed everything. It's such a great decision to make the house more efficient. This is just the first coat. I still need to finish this with the reflective paint coat. Painting in this system, the lighter color and the reflective roof paint just makes so much sense when you're living in a hot country. Do you live in a hot place? And are you using a lighter color paint for the roof? I'm really curious because when you look around, and I look around this town, not so many people are painting their roof white or a lighter color. I think it makes just so much sense. And even my neighbors since in my other house have told me that they're considering painting their house roof white as well. By doing the roof white and now having the fans on the ceiling, it's actually somewhat comfortable to be in the room. It's still hot, but that hot air is now being pushed out through the cross ventilation with the assistance of the ceiling fans. Good upgrade. And here's a pro tip. I didn't paint this in the middle of the day. I painted this at 9 p.m. at night. It made a huge difference because the temperature of the roof before was probably 60 degrees Celsius to touch. And when you put the paint on the roller, the brush, it really can destroy the paint. The paint doesn't go as far, it doesn't stretch as far, so you use a lot more. Wait till it cools down and paint at nighttime or early morning if you can. I gotta head back inside before the phone just turns itself off again. It's hot. While it's been so hot, I have to say that I am so grateful for one of my neighbors who comes to see me almost every day. Him and his wife take me to their house and we have iced coffee. And he's just looking out for me. He just says, it's too hot, you gotta sit down and relax, let's have a chat. And we talk for up to an hour each time about anything from hiking to traveling Japan, traveling the world. It makes me really realize, it makes me think about the ethical side of buying a house, especially in countryside Japan. If I didn't speak Japanese, I'd feel really sad that the neighbor would not have that person to speak to. So I will be making a video about this in the future, about the ethical purchase of a house in Japan. There should be some kind of level of Japanese required to buy a house in Japan to be able to connect to some neighborhoods. It's case by case, but this is something that's made me reflect and think about this. What do you think? Do you think it's important to have some level of language of a country you're buying? Should there be some kind of prerequisite to be able to communicate with your neighborhood, your next door neighbor, or the community? Let's head back downstairs. Still got some painting to do in here as I come down. And this is what it's looking like. Just started on the Japanese style room. First thing that I've done here is started working on the wood. So I sanded back all of the wood to re-varnish it. And I've done this in acrylic. Again, it's better for UV. It spreads and goes on easier. Oil-based paint can be better. It's harder wearing, but it is susceptible to UV damage. It can yellow and it can be flaky. Once it kind of breaks down, it flakes and you have to scrape it all back and start again, to paint it again, to varnish it again. So I've gone with the acrylic. You can easily touch that up over the years. It won't last as long, but it's easier to maintain over time. And that's why I went with this acrylic water-based system. I think it looks amazing how it's shaping up. The Japanese room is my favorite one. I think it's going to have the biggest impact. It's the main feature of the house. There's still a lot to do here, but I've actually coated all of the walls in a sealer, getting ready for the shikui. The Japanese shikui is a great product. It's like a plaster and you can go over pretty much anything. It's very flexible and it's breathable. So that's what's on in the walls in this side here. This is a shikui type finish. And on this side, the previous owner has put on some wallpaper. I peeled some of that off that was peeling off. It just kind of fell off. And I've sealed that now with the correct type of sealer that's suggested for shikui. Makes it go easier because this stuff can dry out. You can actually go directly over wallpaper, over vinyl with the shikui plaster. And let's have a look at the test patch that I've got going on. So right there, you can see the previous color. And right back over the side is my test piece. I've gone for this neutral stone looking brown. It's called smoky brown and it looks awesome. I love the color. It's going to be a neutral Japanese palette. Goes perfect with this wood. Speaking of the wood, while I was doing what I've been doing in here, all of the woodwork, I also decided to go ahead and give a coat of varnish, so an oil-based varnish, over the top of the shinier wood. So this feature, beautiful feature piece in the center of the tokonoma. Also this platform here, I've coated that up with a fresh coat of varnish, and also inside here on this tokonoma. What do you think? I think it looks incredible. I like how the wood has some more matte, flatter style finish, and then the ones that really need to be shown out, which stand out, this main piece here, it's the highlight, so it's shiny and it sticks out. There's also this one beam up the top here, which again, it's a feature piece. I think it's beautiful. It needs to have the eye go directly to that. And then the last thing I can mention about the wood here is the floor. I sanded this back. I scraped it back. It took me quite some time, but I made sure to get off all the old varnish. And then I've coated this up so far 3 times. I sand that in between to try and get that smoother, but this is the finish. Originally, this floor wasn't so great. It wasn't in the best condition with a lot of water damage too, just probably from having these windows wide open. And now it's just looking spectacular. Now I want your input on my ideas. Downstairs on the ceilings, I was thinking about putting the same kind of fans, the light fittings upstairs, in a darker color. It's closer to black with a dark wood finish on the fan blades. For me, it makes a lot of sense to keep as much air moving as possible during the summer and even in the winter to circulate that hot air on the top when the heating system's on. Don't want to waste any heat, and during the summer, you want to cool this down without using air conditioning as much as possible. One of the best things about this house is this cross ventilation through the windows. I think I can capitalize that on the fans. What do you think? And the next question about the shikui. So I have that color that you saw before, and I plan to do that in this room here, but I'm also thinking about potentially having a different color in this room. There are dividing doors between this space, these sliding doors that I've taken out for now, and this could potentially be 2 different color rooms. What do you think? Keep the same color throughout and maybe make that tokonoma, that Japanese space behind me right here, make that into the feature color, or change color between the room, or keep them the same. Let me know in the comments. One other question is the color and the system for the hallway. Right now I have that nice light color that is at the top, keeps it airy and bright, but I need to do this wall that comes down here and this wall on this side. I'm wondering whether to bring the same color down and make that finish here in this hallway area, or should I also make this some kind of feature color or change the color differently? A dark color might be nice, something to make it feel more intimate? What do you think as I bring the color through? That is my week 4 update. Let me know what you think about what I've done so far in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow along because I'll be putting more videos out there just like this. Happy travels!